Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Free Thoughts. Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Today, I wanted to share with you the dream that I had regarding XRP almost a year ago, or if not a little bit longer. I'm not sure exactly when that dream was because I didn't write it down. I shared this dream with Sharon through email. I want to say maybe earlier this year, January, February timeframe. And that's the dream that she spoke about on her channel. And since then, I've gotten a lot of requests to clarify it or just speak on it more. Not exactly sure where I've been asked. I think it was more wanting to know the price of XRP. What did I see in the dream? So I wanted to go ahead and speak on that today, and kind of leads me from the last video I did on what led me into crypto. And I think it'll be a good starting point for other few videos that have planned, that come to mind that I should share regarding other things, but I think this would be a good starting point. One thing I do want to mention is I want to bring home the point on not to focus on the price. And the reason I say this is because what the Lord was conveying to me wasn't necessarily the price, as far as the detail of the price, what exact price it was, because that I could not tell you for sure if that is exactly the price that it's going to be. And it's not really important. Once I explain to you why, it's not important. And I hope some of you can realize why I say it's not important. So I'll go ahead and start with sharing my dream. I wrote it down, like I said, when it happened. So I have some cliff notes. So I'll read some of them from there because I don't remember every specific thing of it, but I do remember most. So in the dream, I was in a blank room. Just imagine a white room. I'm actually going to try to put up some graphics in this video once I edit it to kind of give you a visual of what I saw. So it's a blank room, just an all white room, and there was a holographic screen that came up, just kind of against the wall, but not on the wall. And it was a ticker. It's like a stock market ticker, and it showed XRP, and it was all digital. But what was odd about it was that the ticker was a scrolling type number. So if you can imagine your old gas pumps that have the numbers that scroll, it's on the wheel. That's how it was. All right, the numbers were just turning from 1, 2, 3, 4, and on and on and on in a cylinder. So in the room, I was sitting there, and a holographic screen came up and showed XRP. And at the time when I saw it, and then that's what I need to look at my notes, it was 40 something US cents. So I left an X on the second part because I don't remember, or I didn't see exactly the exact prices. Just said 40 something cents. I know it was 40 something cents, US cents. And when I saw the price, it immediately started dropping so fast that the numbers on the wheel were turning so fast, going down, that you could barely see them. They were going so fast. So as it was going down, I can see the cent number, so it would be 0.46 cents, let's just say. The 0.4 I could see drop to 0.3, 0.2, 0.1 really fast. I couldn't see the second digit because it was moving so fast. And the price went all the way down to around 17 cents, if I recall, US cents, 17 or 18 US cents, when it finally came to a slowdown and a stop. At that point in my dream, I looked over to my wife and my son that just all of a sudden were standing there as well, to let them know that I couldn't buy. At the time, I had a mouse or a click button in front of me, and I was trying to buy more XRP, I guess on an exchange, and it wouldn't allow me. The system was bogged down because it was going so fast. It was just, I guess it couldn't catch up. It couldn't, I guess, reach a price that it can purchase it because it was moving so fast. I'm not sure exactly why I wasn't able to purchase. I just knew I couldn't. No matter how much I pressed the button to try to buy, it would not let me because it was moving so fast. So I turned to my wife and my oldest son to let them know that I could not buy. And when I turned back, it was moving up. And it was moving up just as quickly. It went from 17 cents, and I can see it scrolling to 20 something cents, 30 something cents, 40 something cents. And when I mean fast, I mean in milliseconds. At that same time, I was still trying to buy because, well, it was still low. In my mind, I'm like, well, it's still low. I'm trying to buy. And again, I couldn't. The system couldn't keep up. So again, I turned to my wife and my son, and I said, I still cannot buy. I can't buy. I'm trying to buy it. And as I turned back around, at the time, it was, I want to say $3, $3 and whatever change. Again, I couldn't see it because it was so blurry. I could just see the dollar sign at that time. And I turned back one last time to say something to him. And when I came back to look at it, I couldn't see it now. It was blurry. The XRP name was still there. The number on the scrolling wheels were still there. I can see them turning in the background. Like I can still see them going really fast, super fast, going up. And I can see the numbers moving, but I could not make them out. They were blurred out, kind of like you see a blur in the movies when they're trying to cover somebody's face, but you can see like a silhouette in the background. You just can't make it out. It's blurry. That's what it looked like. So I can still see the number in the back, and I can still see the number going up because it was going up at the time. But I couldn't make out what it was. The last clear number that I saw was $3 and whatever cents it was as it was going up. And that was the time, about the time that I was woken from my dream. So now what I want to share with you on that dream, what I decipher from that dream, and what I prayed to God to show me some clarity on, was the dream itself, right? What exactly did it mean besides the obvious? And this is what I received from him. And this is what I really want to drive home to everyone, okay? The price, whether it was 17 cents, 18, 5 cents, doesn't matter. It didn't really matter. The bigger picture is that at some point XRP was 40 something cents, whatever, it could be 70 cents. It doesn't matter. Whatever price it was, all of a sudden it dropped significantly. Okay. To what point? Again, irrelevant. If it was 5 cents, 10 cents, irrelevant. It dropped. It was a drastic drop, and it was fast. That was one of the points God was driving to me, that it was fast. When it happened, it was pretty quick. And the second point is that I wasn't able to purchase it, okay, because it was so quick, either because I couldn't react fast enough, or the systems, you couldn't purchase it because it was dropping. It couldn't stabilize the price. If you dealt with exchanges before, if you've seen when there is a sell-off or a run to buy, who's ever used Coinbase or any of the exchanges, most people can tell you they've ran into issues with their transactions are not going through because the servers are bogged down. So this is what I'm thinking the reason was. Whatever the reason may be, again, that's irrelevant. That's just my belief of why I couldn't buy. But regardless, it doesn't matter. The point was you couldn't buy because it was moving so quickly. And at the same time, when it was going up, you still couldn't buy because it was moving so quickly. So the point that God was drilling to me was to not miss this opportunity. Don't focus on the price so much, okay? I've gotten questions of, do you believe it's going to drop 80%, 60%? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. I do my own technical analysis on other cryptos, but I am very cautious to keep my logic, my human logic, what I put into finances, completely separate from what the Lord shows me on certain things, because those things are spiritual. Okay, I can't try to make logic on certain things, right? I can't, based on our worldly logic now. So you can't, you can try to make some sense of it, and some things you may be able to make sense of, some you won't. You'll be left scratching your head because it's from the spirit. Okay, and that is what I'm trying to drive home. Don't be focused on the exact price. The bigger picture is that XRP was at a certain price point, and it dropped significantly, and it dropped fast. And in that time frame, if you are not, haven't been either listening to God, or you haven't done whatever has led you to come to this channel or Sharon's channel, or God has led you to follow cryptocurrencies, not even XRP per se. Like for my instance, it wasn't just XRP when I first started. It was just to focus on cryptos and to start educating myself on them, because that was what God wanted me to learn for whatever reason. Now I know the reason why. So if you're there now, that is what you, in my opinion, you should be focusing on, to what is it that the Lord is leading you to. So, and for that dream, like I said, it was more about the quickness that it happened, going down and going up, and the fact that you weren't allowed to buy. I don't know if you weren't allowed, you couldn't because of technical difficulties. Again, irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that you weren't able to. So what was put in my spirit was that if you have been led to cryptos or XRP or whatever it is that you are being led to, and you don't act on it while you have the opportunity and the chance and the time that the Lord is giving you now, if you're being led to it by the Spirit of God, you're going to miss your opportunity. Okay, that is the driving factor, in my opinion, of the dream. That is what the Lord, it's not my opinion, that is what the Lord placed on my spirit for me. That's what it meant for me. That's what I wanted to share. All I know is what He wanted me to know, which is, hey, this is what's going to happen, and this is what you're not going to be able to do if you already haven't done it. So just like anything, God sends you warnings, gives you advisories of what you need to do, what's coming, what to do to prepare, and then He'll show you what's going to happen if you're not prepared. And to me, this is what I believe that dream was more about. That's really more what it was pushing, not the details of the price. Is it going to be 10? Is it 5? Should I wait till it's 5? Should I wait till it's 17? I know when Sharon shared my dream, a lot of people asked her that as well. Like, should I wait till it drops to this price? You're missing the point. No, you're missing the bigger picture. You're completely missing the point. No, don't wait. If the Lord has led you to believe that cryptocurrencies as a whole, it's going to be what you need to do to prepare yourself for whatever's coming, financially, worldly, geopolitically, whatever's coming. If the Lord is leading you to this and is telling you that you need to get prepared, and you know that it's going to be your Noah's Ark. This is going to save you from this flood that's coming. Okay, if you want to put it in those perspectives. If you believe that, why would you wait till you start seeing some rain to start building your ark? So why would you wait to see, well, I don't want to buy crypto at whatever price it may be, $1, because it may drop to 50 cents and then I can buy more. Think about it this way. If you knew that whatever cryptocurrency you've been led to move on, whichever one it is, if you know for sure, if you know in your heart, if you know in your spirit, that particular one, let's just say it's going to be worth, and I'm just throwing random numbers up there, it's just crazy numbers. I'm just going to say, if you believe that one particular currency is going to be worth $1 million next year, you knew that for a fact, $1 million next year at this date, a year from now, and right now is $1, would you be waiting for it to drop to 50 cents? Or would you be buying it at $1? If you knew. Obviously the answer is no, I'm going to buy as much as I can at $1. because well, if you trust the Lord that this is from the Lord and He's telling you, why would you wait for it to drop lower? Yes, it may drop lower. Yes, but in the grand scheme of things, you're going to look back and say, man, it really didn't matter if it was 75 cents or 85 cents. At the end of the day, when it's worth $1,000, didn't matter if you bought it at 75 or 85. So if that is your concern, that is what I want you to understand. Look at it as a bigger picture. Don't concern yourself of it going down to 10, 5, 6, and I'm going to wait till it gets down there to get more. Because then you've missed, in my belief, is that you've missed that opportunity in that time that you've been given. That is my takeaway from that dream. That is the significance and the importance of that dream, not the actual price per se. The price was just a guide in what I believe to show me that it's going to drop from whatever price it showed me down and then go up past that price and continue to go up. The reason, now this the Lord didn't share with me, but I believe the reason that the numbers were blurred out once it was going up was the Lord obviously didn't want me to see the price. He didn't want me to see the price. Now, why? Well, I have my opinions. Maybe in my opinion, for me personally, would be that kind of like the example that I gave a few seconds ago. If I knew for a fact that XRP or Bitcoin or whatever is going to be X amount of dollars in 6 months, the Lord showed me it's going to be this much, buy it. I'll just be buying it, right? I'm doing what the Lord says, all right? But it's easy to do what the Lord tells you to do when you know you have all the facts, like it's certain that this is what's going to happen. It's a little bit more difficult to trust in the Lord when He only gives you pieces. Okay? So if He gives you pieces, He expects you to not only listen to what He says, but also trust in Him that it's going to work out the way He says it is. So this is why I believe the Lord doesn't give us every single thing to see, because then we're just going to be following what He says, although great to do that. That doesn't necessarily translate to trusting in the Lord, because yes, you trust Him. You trust Him that what He said is good. Well, do you trust Him when He's only giving you this much of information and then the rest, you know it's going to be good, but because He didn't tell you, you have to trust that it's going to work out the way He's showing you it is. So that's why I believe He blurred out the numbers. And I can see, again, in the background, they were still going up. To what point? I have no clue. Not at all. My technical side of the house, my physical and not spiritual person who tackles finances, I have my opinions, my beliefs of what I believe XRP and other cryptos are going to do based on their utilities, based on the research that I've done. And that to me is separate from what the Lord says. But because I do believe on certain things in my physical self, my logical self, I can bounce it off what the Lord is showing me, and it's painting a good picture for me. And it's like, yeah, what the Lord is saying, obviously I know it's correct, and here's the proof. I don't need the Lord to tell me every single detail, because He's showing me other ways. He's showing me by myself, again, researching cryptos and seeing what's coming, right? Without spiritual intervention, I can just see it. I can see it because I'm keeping up with times and what's going on in the world. I can see what's coming, and then I have the Lord speaking to me in a spiritual manner that kind of just solidifies that. So I know I'm on the right track. So the Lord has many ways He can speak to you, not just in your dreams, not just in your visions, not just a verbal from the Lord. So that's what I wanted to drive home. And I wanted to touch on that part as well, because I think that's very important. I've had a few people, not in the comments, but just out and about, that have mentioned that about dreams, visions, or the Lord speaking to them through prayer, all in spiritual senses. And I wanted to bring up something that I don't believe is talked about much, but I believe it deserves quite a bit of attention, because honestly, I believe that a big percentage of us listening to God follows this manner. At least for me it does. I've learned that. And I believe that a big percentage of people who say they can't hear from God, or they can't see from God, or they haven't heard from God, just haven't heard Him because we're looking in the wrong places, or we're too focused on one channel. And let me explain what I mean by that. So, as everyone knows, the Lord can speak to you in all kind of forms. And we know that. We say that with conviction, but then do we practice it? It is awesome when God speaks to us through a dream, through a vision, personally, through conversation with Him, thought processes that He has with us. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, and I think we all prefer that, because, and I know for me, it makes me feel almost special with Him, a special bond with Him, that I know the Lord is speaking to me personally, and I can hear Him, or I can feel Him, right? So I think we all want that. But because we all want that, we're focused on that's what we're wanting, that's what we want to see, that's what we want to get, that's what we want to get. And, most of us, some of us, if not all of us, will get that from time to time. Some of us are more in tune or get it more frequently, and that's awesome. But the Lord knows what gets your attention most of the day or throughout your life. Our everyday experiences in life, going to work, coming home from work, going to the grocery store, at home with the children, whatever, your day-to-days, those are the things that take up most of your time in this world and in a day. What better place for God to reach you but through those things that you see every day, that He knows you're not going to miss. You're not going to miss those interactions. But what we are going to miss are the subtle signs that He's given us throughout the day. Why? Because we're not looking for those signs there. We're looking for them in our dream, in our vision. And because we're so focused on those, we miss all the subtle signs that He's given us daily. An example of that, what I want to say is, for me, cryptocurrency, since we're speaking on that, if I was to sit here and wait on the Lord to give me every single detail on cryptocurrencies, what He was meaning with the dreams that He's given me, I would still be waiting on a lot of the things, because I'm waiting for Him to share those things with me through my visions, through the dreams, through prayer. And for me, they don't come daily. They don't come that often. They come consistently, but not often, not like I would like for them to come. If that was the case, I would be very behind on a lot of the things, just because I'm waiting on the Lord to move. But unbeknownst to me, He has been moving throughout my day. I've just missed it. So if you're watching a movie, if you're reading an article, if you're researching something, here's the key. You have to be doing something that you've been led to by the Lord. So for me, when I made that video the last video that I made regarding my road to crypto, that's when I started focusing on, I need to educate myself on this. This is what He wants me to educate myself on. And when I did, articles, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be news articles, whatever the case may be, anything pertaining to crypto, throughout my time self-teaching, there were so many times the Lord just showed me, as I'm reading an article, and it just like, this is it. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Thank you, Lord. And it still didn't hit me till a few of those times that I said, huh, the Lord has been speaking to me through articles, through maybe videos, through a tweet, something that was tweeted out by a news agency or a some kind of crypto news outlet, and whatever it was me, that information that was given, it was meant for me to see. The Lord placed it there because He knew that I was going to be reading this particular magazine or watching this particular video, and boom, that information resonated with me. It just said, that's what I've been looking for. I was just talking about that. I was just asking God about that, and here's an article about it. I believe a lot of us miss a lot of those things because we're so focused and waiting for God to speak to us through our dreams, through our prayers. And sometimes He doesn't, He doesn't come to you right then when you want to through a dream or a vision. He will come, but maybe through a different outlet. And maybe we're missing it. Maybe you're missing it because you're not paying attention and you're thinking, well, that's not God. That's just an article that I read. Did it stick with you? Did it resonate with you? Did it answer something that you had asked God? And is it something that that God led you to research? If God said you need to go walk this path, walk the path of being a nurse, being a doctor, and you start walking that path, you're going to see signs in that path. But if you're walking a path that God hasn't anointed or hasn't necessarily told you to walk, you might not find signs from God there because it wasn't God leading you on that path. It was you. Now you can ask God for guidance, but for me in crypto, He has spoken to me a whole lot more during my research time frame, self-teaching crypto and how it works, and just the new technology was coming out and why it was going to be big. Now we're seeing that it's going to be big, and it's getting big by the day. For here in the U.S., if you're not aware, the Los Angeles Lakers, a basketball team who plays in the Staples Center. The Staples Center has been a a staple of Los Angeles, per se. I originally grew up in Los Angeles as a tiny kid. I moved out of Los Angeles when I was, I want to say, 12 or 13 years old. Back then it was the Forum where the Lakers played, and then the Staples Center came about. And now the Staples Center has been renamed by their sponsor, Crypto.com. That is huge. That is huge because now it is coming mainstream. And for those who are not aware of crypto are going to start seeing these Crypto.coms, these Coinbase.coms, these Bitcoins, this, blah, blah. And now everybody's starting to hear it and see it and say, what's going on? And that's how we're entering that phase that the Lord has been saying this is coming. So our time is getting shorter to get prepared financially, but there's still time. You just never know when it's going to just go and start. So that's what the video was about. I wanted to get this out there quickly because it's been a while since I made a video from the last one. The holidays came around. I've been super busy. I wanted to say that I'm going to be traveling soon quite a bit, so my video is going to be a little bit different, maybe just recorded from my cell phone because I'm not going to have this set up when I'm traveling, staying in other places. But I'm still going to put out some videos, and hopefully I'll see where that takes me. So thank you guys for stopping by. I hope this was helpful. Oh, one last thing. There was a comment on the last one of the videos, and a gentleman, and I'm gonna respond to you on the comments as well. Again, I've just been super busy, so I apologize for that. But he was commenting on the ledger if it was safe to be able to add third-party apps to the ledger. And I didn't quite understand what he was saying, and when he rewrote it, I understood. I knew exactly what he was talking about. So I did not mention that. So on your ledger, you have several apps. Once you download your app on your computer, you plug up your ledger, you'll see all the different coins that it can hold, right? All the apps, they're little apps, so you have to download if you want to be able to store Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin. You just download on the ledger which ones you want, and then you can store them in there. Not all tokens are available on there. Some, I'll give an example. One is called IOTA. It's one that I own. It's IOTA. You can store your crypto keys on the ledger, but there's not an IOTA app built into the ledger. But it does work with IOTA's personal wallet that they make, and you use your ledger to plug up and access your wallet that is not on your ledger. It's through IOTA's app, but you need your ledger to verify it, meaning your private keys. If you remember, your private keys are what are stored on your ledger. So your ledger issues those private keys to access that IOTA wallet. And you do this with other cryptocurrencies that are not necessarily hosted on your ledger. And this is what he was asking. Is it safe? And yes, absolutely, because your keys, again, are on your ledger. You don't leave your ledger. You're just using your ledger to validate that wallet to open it, even though that wallet itself is a software wallet. So yes, because not all tokens have their app on the ledger, they're working to add more tokens, but as you know, there's thousands of them. So for that case, yes, it's still definitely more secure to just leaving it on an exchange. So hopefully that answers your question if you're watching this. If not, again, I'm going to answer that on the comment that you made. So again, guys, thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. The next videos that I'll make are going to be, it's so, I don't want to use the word creepy because it's not creepy, but it's so enlightening and amazing that what Sharon was talking about a few weeks back in some of her videos of technologies is exactly what the Lord has been showing me for the last few months now as well. And again, I'm going to touch in how he's showing me in things, not just in thoughts, but in things either through on TV, through a video or something that came up, and the Lord is saying, pay attention to this because this is what's happening. So I'll be sharing that in the future here in a few videos, and hopefully you guys will be around. Thank you. You guys have a great weekend.